Welcome to day 23 of NeoBlisseyX versus the MGM Studios 31-day movie challenge. Today's category is your favorite cult classic. We actually have today's spotlight film, at least in part, to thank for the creation of the Golden Raspberry Awards for the worst motion pictures made every year. We'll tell you more about that as the challenge continues. Originally released in U.S. theaters on August 8, 1980, XANADU is a film that endeavored to combine the 1940s big band and late 70s, early 80s era disco worlds into one motion picture. The film follows a struggling painter portrayed by Michael Beck, who meets and falls in love with one of the Greek muses, portrayed by Olivia Newton-John, and is inspired by the muse to follow his own dreams, alongside a former big band leader portrayed by Gene Kelly, see also Singin' in the Rain on Day 7, in his final motion picture acting role. He would pass away 16 years later. A double feature of XANADU and the similarly disliked Can't Stop the Music, which was released later in 1980, led film publicist John J.B. Wilson to come up with the idea of the infamous Golden Raspberry Awards, which are awarded to this day for the worst films made each year. Born in Indianapolis, Indiana, United States on February 24, 1940, James Sloyan appeared in XANADU as Simpson, head of the publicity department of Airflow Records, where Sonny, the character portrayed by Michael Beck, works as a painter of album cover replicas used as promotional decorations in record stores. Simpson's micromanagement of the other painters on the staff at Airflow leads Sonny to relish in quitting when he prepares to open the XANADU nightclub. Sloyan portrayed 4 different characters for Star Trek. In the 3rd season Next Generation episode The Defector, Sloyan portrayed Aladar Jarak, a Romulan admiral who is seeking to defect to the Federation with information about Romulan ship movements. But when Jarak learns that the information he carried was part of a Romulan plot to capture the Enterprise D, Jarak took his own life. In the later 7th season episode Firstborn, Sloyan portrayed Kimtar, a future version of Worf's son Alexander, who traveled back to 2370 from some unknown future time to prevent the setting into motion of a chain of events that would see Worf killed in the chambers of the Klingon High Council. For Deep Space Nine, Sloyan portrayed Mora Pol, the Bajoran scientist who investigated Odo during the Cardassian occupation of Bajor. In the 2nd season episode The Alternate, Pol comes aboard the station with the intention of informing Odo about the possible existence of other changelings like him. Odo at first refuses to hear what Pol has to say, citing Odo's experiences with the invasive Cardassian standard investigation techniques that Pol had used on him. But at the end of the episode, Odo relents and allows Pol to visit him on occasion. In the later 5th season episode The Begotten, Pol returns to assist Odo in the investigation of a dying baby changeling. Odo and Pol come to a full rapprochement after the baby changeling, as it was dying, restored Odo's own shape-changing abilities, which were taken away from him at the end of the previous season by the other Dominion-leading changelings. In between Sloyan's appearances on Deep Space Nine, he guest starred as the title character in the 1st season Voyager episode Jetrel, as a scientist who helped the militaristic Hakonian Order develop a weapon of mass destruction which the Order used to end its war with the Talaxians. Aboard Voyager, Jetrel attempted to make up for developing the weapon by attempting to use Voyager's systems to bring victims of the weapon back to life. Following the unsuccessful tests, and before Jetrel's death from an illness brought about by the weapon, Neelix, a survivor of the weapon's use on a Talaxian colony world, would forgive Jetrel for what had happened. Tomorrow on NeoBlisseyX versus the MGM Studios 31-day movie challenge, it's a movie from your favorite film series. Until then, take care and live long and prosper.